Sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm a little late today. And I'm also trying to stream on 3 different platforms at the same time. Can you guys hear me? Is my microphone not working? No, it should be working. Okay, good. Let me get some tunes on here. Lower this volume a little bit. Let's see. All right. So, welcome to the show. How's everybody's Father's Day going? Well, we're going to get some people to roll in here a little bit late. I'm late. All right. We still got a 3-day short signal in here on the STP signals. These are usually pretty good on the 3-day chart here. The daily looking like it's trying to break above this $26,500 region. We're just sitting around 26.4 right now. I want to go take a look at Tether, all right, because I think that's going to give us a little bit more inkling as to what is happening here for this week. All right, on the 3-day chart, we can see that the RSI looks like a rising wedge type of structure, which is good. We want to see that type of structure. It hasn't broke down just yet, all right, but when it does, I think we're going to see lots of upside. Which I think you can see right now, the momentum oscillator, or the RSI, is pointing down. The 3-day is starting to maybe come back down. We're making a lower high on momentum here on the 3-day chart. The 2-day chart also pointing down here on the 2-day for the stochastics. On Tether, momentum seems weak on BTC. I think it's just building up the momentum here on Bitcoin, all right? And this is why I think we're going to see a nice big move up, all right? Once we do get some closures back above this 26.8K region, I want to say, okay? There's a lot of volume. I think it's going to be like a magnet when it pushes up to that 22,250 region, okay? And if we can get back above 28.2, then we can start talking about testing the top of the range at 30K, all right? And so let's go to our daily chart here. We can see we had this divergence. It played out. We got a push up here on Bitcoin. We got a cross up on the daily chart. The 2-day chart. The 2-day chart's still diverging down here. Okay, the 2-day chart's still diverging down here, and I think we're still going to see some upside. This is telling us we can still see upside here on the 2-day, the 3-day. The 3-day also down here in the buy zone, okay? 21K CME should be filled. I mean, maybe. We'll see. We can't really, I'm not really talking about downside right now. The daily and the 2-day and the 3-day are all pointing up, man. All right, the 4-day chart also down here in the buy zone. The 5-day chart also about to curl back up, okay? The 5-day and the weekly chart are going to take some time to mature because we're waiting for the 2-day, the 3-day also to cross up, right? So going to have to be patient with that. I think we could see some more consolidating, maybe some more sideways price action, retest bottoms of ranges, stuff like that over here. We could get another retest of this $24,000 region. We're in an area here where there's not a lot of trading volume. So once we do push up, this 26.6 region is a big order block right now, all right? So that's kind of what I'm thinking that we do. The oscillators are telling us upside, not downside right now on the shorter time scales. 2-day, 3-day charts, even 4-day and 5-day charts. All right, the weekly, not so much. The weekly hasn't matured just yet. And our RSI is bullish. We're sitting at 50 on the RSI. This is a bullish RSI. And you can see we didn't get the bearish cross on the weekly, so there's no talking necessarily about further downside, okay? Like, I think we're going to consolidate here. I think we're going to just consolidate here, all right? The 2-week, okay, well, the 2-week did cross up here a bit on Bitcoin, and it's not a big cross up. We didn't get a lot of separation on this move on the 2-week on the ADX, but like I said, probably some consolidating here for the next couple days, maybe the next week or so. of consolidating here for Bitcoin. I will say the 2-week is kind of pointing down here on momentum, so we could just see a short-term push up and maybe come back down. But that short-term push up could get us back over that 30K region, okay? And I unfortunately, the 3-week also is pointing down. But our RSI isn't extended, okay? The RSI is sitting right around neutral or close to 50, all right? So when you get a 3-week momentum oscillator pointing down, we could just come back down to retest, neutral levels in the coming months, I would say. All right. Monthly chart, RSI sitting at 48, so basically neutral. But the monthly stochastic oscillator is still separated and pointing up. So overall, the monthly is pointing up. The 2 and 3 week charts are pointing down. The daily, 2-day, 3-day charts are pointing up. We have some conflicting variables in there. We could see some sideways price action. That's what the chart's kind of telling us right this very moment. All right. And the 2-day and the 3-day for Tether are starting to point down. 4-day is overbought. You don't want to buy up here, right? You want to be selling up here. Again, with the 5-day chart. The 2-week, all right. So the 2-week is pointing up, right? So like I said, I think we see a short-term move up, maybe the next week or two, maybe sometime this month into next month, we're going to see a movement up. And then ultimately we get a reset on those oscillators to come back down to retest those supports. But RSI is also telling us that we're sitting neutral, okay? We're not in the bearish control zone. We're not in the bullish control zone. We're smack dab in the middle of the range. That's Bitcoin. All right, ETH probably kind of telling us the same things as Bitcoin right now. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I don't like about ETH on the 2-week here, you can see we're in this kind of rising wedge type of structure. We haven't broke the trend line yet, so this isn't necessarily valid for downside just yet. But again, the 2-week is pointing down. The weekly also still pointing down. 2-day charts. 2 days looking like we're going to get maybe a move back up. All right, so we could do something like this where we come back up to test maybe $2,000 or something, and maybe we reject it, and then we actually dump. All right, so that's what it's looking like. Because we can burn that stochastic, that sell stochastic on the 2-week, 3-week chart. If we get a move up, it'll slow that movement down, right? So I think like I said, short-term upside, medium-term probably a bit of downside in the next few months. Okay, but going into Q4, I think we do see that downside. But short-term, these altcoins can really run. Bitcoin dominance, let's take a look at that. All right, so descending triangle type of stuff here on Bitcoin dominance. And yeah, we're already overbought here on the weekly chart. Bitcoin dominance, the 2-day also entering overbought. We're diverging now, right? Bearish divergence on the 2-day. Bitcoin dominance. This is telling me that we're going to see altcoins outperform Bitcoin here in the short term. All right. Lots of structures that are set up. If you guys check out my TradingView profile, you guys should check some of these out. These are some long-term swing trades I posted here on some altcoins, okay? Make sure you guys provide your feedback and comments. That helps me get more visibility on TradingView. Would really appreciate that. Let's look at fear and greed real fast. So fear and greed is neutral. Let's take a look at Nupal. This is net unrealized profit and loss for Bitcoin. I'm actually not going to look at the cycle chart because I think the cycle chart isn't necessarily... The cycle chart's good for timing, but it's not good for necessarily the price, right? That would be surprising. Celsius will be selling all their alts. Yeah, I mean, this is coming down, right? We're heading back into like the fear zone, right? So that's good. It's a good time to be looking to reaccumulate Bitcoin on these movements down. I did pick up some H-bar today. Just letting you guys know. Is it possible that H-bar goes down to 2 cents? Yeah, it's possible. Could get one more low. But I can't ignore the fact that it's showing me this 3-day bull div like this. And this is why I picked a bag up here, because of this. You have a low, a higher low, a third higher low, right? I'll take a look at Link for you, CryptoFire. BNB looking bearish. Yeah, I think I got a 3-day short signal on BNB. Holding the bottom of this range right here right now, though, okay? And again, oversold. Don't want to be shorting here, okay? Don't want to be shorting right now. This is oversold. It's most likely gonna trade back to the upside a bit. It will bounce here. Weekly chart. Also getting that bounce, right? You have a low and a higher low on the RSI with almost the same low on price. I mean, yes, I would say that this is definitely looking like some sort of bear flag, though, for BNB. But again, still making it a higher low, holding the bottom of its range right now. Okay. So it could just trade sideways, man. And the 2-day and 3-day stochastics are pointing up, not down. Momentum is back to the upside here on BNB. I wouldn't be looking for a short. But yeah, if you break this low, man, you're probably going to see a $45 BNB. Short on BNB, man. Good luck. Yeah, I mean the weekly, the 2-week and 3-week charts are short, but short term, next few days, man, just be careful with the short, okay? Yeah, so this is your trend line you're looking at on BNB. And yeah, you could see BNB come down to the trend line, you know, down to $100. Nice. You like it? Anyways, guys, I want to tell you that I appreciate you all joining the stream. I know that I'm going to change your lives, so you're definitely part of the 1 million people that I'm going to change their lives. So kudos to you guys for being here and constantly staying in tune with the markets. We're going to take a look at Link. We'll look at Filecoin, yep. So Link's sitting at a major support here, right? But you can see this long-term trend line. Like if we do see another leg down for crypto, we could see Link trade back to $1.50 eventually. All right, we're sitting on this 61.8% retracement level. You know, your next level down here is 250. All right, if you break that, like with conviction break. But right now, again, oversold on the 2-day. Every single time we're oversold. The last time we were this oversold or close to this oversold was May, which was the May crash right here. So we could be looking at a big bounce here, bottom of this range. Yes, it does look bearish, right? The outlook here is bearish right now for a lot of the altcoin market. But this is the time to accumulate assets, right? If you long-term think some of these projects are going to do well, you look to accumulate, especially when you know an asset like this is down, you know, 90%. Just saying. All right, so that's your Link. I think short-term upside, just like I think the rest of the market, short-term upside. Filecoin. Filecoin looking like it put in a, looking like it's trying to double bottom here on the weekly chart. Hasn't broke this low. All right. I mean, yes, you got a big bounce here. We're going to see if we get follow through price action to the upside. And yeah, Filecoin is in a big wedge, man. It's a big wedge structure. And usually after about 67% of the way through the pattern, we're looking at, you know, major upside if it does break up here. Okay. Again, the weekly stochastics on Filecoin are crossing up. This is a bullish cross up. All right. Your 2 week, sure, is still coming down. Your 3 week still coming down. Your monthly's down here though, right? So the 2 week and 3 week are going to be kind of negated with the price action that is being had in the shorter time frame here. So I think we're going to see some upside here on Filecoin. Like, you don't want to be shorting down here at a major support level, right? Don't short supports, right? You want to short into pumps and into resistances, right? Risk to reward down here for short, I would say, isn't really favorable. This asset is down, man, like a lot. This thing was $236, okay? This asset's down 98%. Like, good luck and have fun shorting something down 98%. Not worth it. Not worth it. Like, even if this coin doesn't make a new all-time high, I gave you projections here where I think this potentially could go in the longer term, right? This could take a couple months. This could take a year. Like, it took from March of 21, let's just say this is the bottom, like double bottom, right? It took almost a year and a half for this thing to bottom out. So it's probably going to take another year and a half for this thing to go back up. Do you care? Like, in a year and a half, if you're buying a potential bottom on an asset that could potentially yield you back up to $40, that's more than a 10x trade. I mean, like, what are you guys looking for here, right? So I think there's good opportunity here. You know, watch this low. I mean, it's really easy. Like, if you do enter a position here, just set your stop at the wick lows. That's it. CRO, sure, let's take a look at it. CRO is in a structure too from last time I checked, right? This is not the chart. I think it was it Bittrex that had the data on this one? Okay. All right, so you broke this major channel. You can clearly see you broke that channel. And now you're kind of just flopping around here, not really a lot of conducive price action. Yeah, maybe some sort of wedge structure happening here. And your weekly oscillator is coming down. Your RSI is sitting at 33, so not oversold on the weekly chart. But your weekly oscillator is looking like maybe it's bottoming out here. So let's go to the 2-day. 2-day looks like you bottomed out. And 3-day chart. 3-day chart also looking like you're bottoming out here. So this, you could strategize a play here, right? Right at this major support level, right? And this could be looking like a potential setup to the upside here if you hold these lows right long enough. And you could be looking at a move back up to the top of the wedge, which is about 17.5 cents. And you have a major trend line here that you should also kind of look at, this trend line. You break this trend line, you're definitely going to see some upside on it. All right, we'll take a look at the NASDAQ Shore E-Burns. We'll look at the NAS 100. NAS 100, I think, is definitely extended. No doubt about it, right? Look at your RSI. You're sitting at 90 on the RSI. Yeah. And the NASDAQ is definitely cooked right now. Even the weekly chart is overbought. So I'd be careful with the NASDAQ stocks like Tesla, Facebook. They're probably all good for shorts here. NVIDIA, probably a nice short opportunity. This thing made a higher high in price. You know, your weekly momentum oscillator coming down and your 2-day oscillator also coming down. But you can continue diverging here. You're in a massive uptrend. All right. I mean, look what you've done here, right? You broke this major channel structure, broke out of it and back tested it and rallied new all-time highs, man. Maybe you guys can't see that, but that That right there is some crazy stuff to have happen on a chart, okay? And you know, if we're just trading the cycles, you can see we could see Nvidia get to almost $715 here, guys. We broke the 200% retracement level, and it's clear skies, blue skies here for Nvidia. So overbought here on the weekly, yes, and 2-day, 3-day chart. I wouldn't be looking for a long up here. I would probably just be sitting on my hands waiting for some sort of short setup here for Nvidia. But there's lots of stocks that look good, guys. There's lots of stocks that look really good. I actually am in some longer term stock positions here. I did open a short position here on DraftKings here on Friday. Rising wedge type of structure. You didn't break the structure just yet on the weekly chart, but the 2-day, you can see you kind of made a closure outside the trend line there, and you got a clear candle body close outside with stochastics pointing down, momentum pointing down, right? And you got that doji candle reversal right there, beautiful. And on the weekly, you're showing that bear div on the momentum oscillator. So I think this is a good short here, okay? And the short is probably down to, I mean, it could get down to the bottom of the wedge, but I'm not going to be holding the position that long. I'm targeting that $20 range right here, which is about a 20% move down, okay? And so if you take a put position and you catch a 20% move down on an asset like that, you're going to make some good money. All right, so that's DraftKings. Took a short position on that Friday. MicroStrategy we'll take a look at. MicroStrategy looks like it has some legs down here. You guys can clearly see that where it looks to me like maybe some sort of slanted inverse head and shoulder structure here on MicroStrategy. You have a long-term trend line here that if you break that, man, that is not something to ignore. That is a big trend line to break here for MicroStrategies. And that's kind of lining up with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes, this is a descending broadening formation, guys, all right? That is a big structure, and you don't want to ignore that type of structure. And look at that. You're holding that 260 level as support. You guys see that? That 618 level. So we're looking at an $800 MicroStrategy movement here, all right? We hold this long enough, we break this structure, we're going to see $800 retest the all-time high wicks, or not all-time high, or close to all-time high wicks. And that'll be confluent with Bitcoin making a move, because when Bitcoin makes a move, MicroStrategy also follows along with it, because MicroStrategy has lots of Bitcoin on their books. Same with Tesla, by the way. But we're not talking about Tesla right now. We're talking about MicroStrategy. All right. And yeah, this right here is a beautiful channel. Beautiful channel, right? And then now it's holding it. I think you're going to see something like this happen. I think you're going to see something like this happen for MicroStrategy eventually. It is going to go back up there. That is the top of that channel. You consolidate above 260 long enough, man. Right? Momentum oscillator pointing up on the monthly. RSI sitting at 48 has lots of room on your monthly chart here. Your weekly chart is not extended. It's sitting at also bullish 52. All right, Hex, we'll take a look at it. You guys want to see what else I bought? I bought BLNK. Check this pattern out. All right, so weekly RSI, wrecked city, probably one of the lowest RSI readings since January of 2016 on this asset, all right? We took an entry actually though off the 2-day chart. We had that bull div, all right? And you guys can see what this thing is doing down here. It's the 2-day crossed up on the momentum oscillator. The 3-day also coiled up down here, and the 3-day RSI is oversold. Not something I want to be shorting, right? And your 4-day, you can see that's just coiled up down there. This looks pretty good. I think we see a major move out of this asset, at least to test the long-term channel down, right? And you know, if you get that movement, you're talking about a 2x, right? Why not? All right, so BLNK looking good. We're in NVAX down here as well. I think this is a COVID play, and I think they're coming out with some other vaccine for COVID. So I think this is a longer term swing trade for me. I'm trading the 2-week RSI, and the reason why I took the trade, look at the RSI down here, coiled up, sitting at 28. Okay, and yes, 2-week oscillator pointing up, and even zoom even further out, your 3-week oscillator pointing up. This looks like it's going to make a big swing back to the upside here in the next months. Okay, so stay patient if you're in something like this. This looks like a monthly or 3-month double bottom type of structure, right angle descending broadening formation, right? Long-term chart here, right? I'm thinking this goes back to the 618, which is $57, guys, okay? Nice structure there. Watch out also for the Chinese stocks. China just reopened their doors for business. I decided to take a swing trade here on Billy stock. All right. Again, descending broadening formation, also in this wedge type of structure, but it also looks like an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Do you guys see that? There it is. All right. So you guys can see I took a trade here. We did give this trade in our alert service. The weekly momentum oscillator pointing up here. You can see the higher low being made here on the RSI. You have the low and this roughly the same low on RSI and a third higher low. Swinging back to the upside on this asset. 8x8's another long-term play here that I took. I'm taking this trade off the monthly chart, and you guys can see the monthly RSI bullish divergence down here. This asset's sitting at 28 on the monthly. Okay, lots of upside here. Bottom of the channel, falling wedge structure, the whole 9 yards here. Everything lining up on this chart. Upwork is another one that I took. Huge wedge pattern again. And you can see the monthly RSI touching oversold down here. Monthly double bottom. Beautiful. Lots of trades on the boards here, guys. All right. PayPal is another wedge setup down here, right? Look at the weekly. You got the low and the same low on the stochastics, telling us we're going to see some upside here on a swing up, all right? This play right here, this ARC stock that I bought, this is kind of a high risk, low cap stock, but it gets some volume, right? 3.65 million in volume. It's a small market cap. I don't really cover news, and the reason why I don't cover news is because a lot of the time the news is just catalysts for the technicals playing out. So yeah, I don't really look at the news events. But it's good to know which cryptos are actually doing good business, right? Like GMX, they're making lots of fees, right? So you know that coin is probably going to do well because they're making money off fees, right? New asset though, not a lot of data, but look at your weekly, bouncing off 36, swinging back up here, and your weekly momentum oscillator bottomed out and crossing back up. So this could mean fireworks for this asset. So this is something you want to pay attention to. And what do you know? You hit the 618 golden mean ratio here from your swing low to your swing high. All right. So setting up here again on the weekly chart for this asset. I think this one's going to make a run. All right. You just watch this trend line right here. You watch this trend line. It started breaking it already. All right. This trend line being broken tells me that this asset definitely will see some upside. Right. Even your 2-day stochastics are pointing up. So the weekly lining up with the 2 and 3-day charts is great. This is how you want to look to see the shorter term, near term for what the price action might be. All right. If you guys are liking the content, make sure you guys smash it up. If you guys are having more of an understanding of how I'm looking and why I'm looking at the charts the way I look at them, right? This is a long-term skill that you guys are all going to learn and hopefully will change your life, man. It's going to change mine, so it should change yours. Does the Fibonacci indicator help a lot? It helps because you get reversals at these major fib extensions a lot of the time. Look, this 618, the golden mean ratio, last time we rallied up here and we came back down to it exactly, and we went on a power move, right? Came down to it again. What are we going to do? We're going to make a power move, right? Most likely it's going to make a power move with that kind of divergence, right? That kind of momentum, that energy that's built up there, right? I mean, 618 is the golden pocket, man. Yeah, it'll show it. You just have to align your settings correctly to that. All right. Any other assets you guys want to cover tonight? Definitely post them in the chat. Matic, 1. Let's go. All right, so you've done a shallow retracement, the 236 fib extension here on Matic. And your long-term trend line, you guys can see, is here. So we could see Matic eventually come down to this trend line, okay, which is lining up with 28 cents. Are you having a hard time because of my camera, or let me know? Anyways, this is Matic. You know, if it doesn't hold the 236 fib extension, if it doesn't hold here, it's going to come back down to retest this low. And there's really nothing here. You got a little bit of this consolidation here. All right. So if it breaks these lows, if it breaks this support here, there's no reason why it can't go lower. Okay, so just pay attention to that. Like I said before, the 2-day and the 3-day charts are probably oversold, and you can see that here by the candles, how they're turning white here. This is an indicator that we built here at STP, and yeah, you're oversold, man. You're sitting at 17 or 18 on a 2-day RSI. This is not a place to be looking to short. All right, not a place to look into short. All right. And yeah, your RSI is almost as oversold as it was during the June crash here. So man, if this is making a higher low, this would be a double bottom, man. This would be a double bottom. All right. And then we could come all the way back up and eventually back test and make a third higher low. Then you make 3 rising valleys. Then you go on a major rally. But we haven't done that just yet. But that's what the charts are saying that they could potentially do. I think everyone's going to be surprised what's about to happen here. Everyone's bearish. Market's neutral. Lots of SEC scaring the market. But 2-day and 3-day RSIs, man, that's what I look for. I look for oversold stuff for long-term buying opportunities, all right? That's in the playbook for my long-term swing trading rules, all right? You guys will know that if you guys subscribe to the alert service, all right? All right, so that's Matic. We're going to look at Harmony 1. That was requested. Harmony 1. This also looks like maybe double bottoming down here, right? You guys see that? You made a full M shape, right? You got the full M shape. A Gartley pattern, okay? Targets are A and C on this structure. So yeah, Harmony 1 looking pretty juicy down here. But yeah, you broke this trend line, all right? I wouldn't even, it's tough to call that a trend line. This is pretty clear here, up here, as this top formation. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, you broke this major channel, right? But how I'm looking at this now is trend line up top, trend line down low, the trend line here, right? You could be looking at a potential wedge pattern, right? If you hold this low, there's enough buying support here, and you make the double bottom, and then you could break out of this structure and retest this area here before maybe then pulling back, and then maybe you get like a blow off top into that 2025, and you go back into the structure, right? Something like that. Again, the 2-day chart's probably oversold. There you go. It hasn't been this oversold since June of 22, which was that bottom that we made there on Bitcoin. It's definitely in the buy zone. Not financial advice, but RSI is telling you that the asset is oversold on the 2-day chart and also the 3-day chart. So yes, some upside is to be had here. Right, your swing low, your ultimate swing low to your swing high. You know, you've hit the 618, the golden mean ratio again, right? Like clockwork. You're going to reverse right there. Hey, if you guys haven't done so, make sure you guys join the Discord. Check it out. Come see what we're all about here at Swing Trade Pros. I'm here busting my ass every Sunday to try to teach you guys what I'm seeing on these charts. I know you guys know that because you guys are always here, so I appreciate that. But yeah, this looks pretty good, man. I picked up some H-bar today. That was my purchase of the day, H-bar. I think we're going to see the NASDAQ pull back, and we're going to get a sector rotation. Crypto is a sector of the market now. This is the 13th sector of the market. XYO. Let's take a look at it, man. Is it a shit coin? Let's take a look. A shit coin. Yeah, but man, maybe you're double bottoming down here, right? You came to the range low, you made a higher low on the 2-day chart, and you're like, right? You're still rejecting the major trend line. You got to pay attention to that. Okay. And this was the June crash, so you broke the structure a bit. So yeah, you look like you might be ready to do one of these right through it, right? You've been consolidating here for quite some time, my friend. And that 2-day chart is telling you upside. That's what it's telling you. Momentum is swinging up here on the 2-day and the 3-day. Well, the 3-day not so much yet, but the 2-day is. But the RSI is telling you, yes, You have the low and the same low on the RSI. You have 3-day RSI bullish divergence here on this asset. Okay, looks good. Looks good for a break. I think we're going to see fireworks here, guys, this next week or two, maybe into July. All right. What do you guys think? Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments section or in the chat. Algorand was another huge setup down here, man. Look at the wedge setup on this. We just covered Link, man. You can go back in the stream and check it out. Aptos looking set up here, man. We called this one out here at the bottom in January. It made a huge rally, dude. I think this one's setting up for a major move again. Look at this big flag pattern on the RSI. This is telling us this thing is ready to rock. Look at the volume receding. Big move coming for some of these assets. I don't know, man. When you get these types of things telling you on the charts, on the 2-day and 3-day charts, that's shorter term swing trading, like the next month or two, right? I think the next month or two we're going to see some nice movement. Either way, you're getting some of these assets at 90% off, man. I mean, this is how you get rich, guys. You accumulate in these bear markets when nobody's paying attention or nobody's interested in these assets, and they're still doing business and they're still strong fundamentally. Those are the projects that you want to be taking stabs at during these times, okay? Can't stress that enough. Don't be scared. Scared money don't make money. Remember that. And I thought what was cool was total DeFi. The total DeFi chart looks really interesting. I mean, this was I don't know what that was, but yeah, I mean, these candles aren't too good, but the weekly stochastic crossed back up on DeFi, okay? This is the total DeFi market. I think this looks like a bottoming rectangle. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it looks like a bottoming rectangle to me. You could call it a bear flag, but I think it's chilled down in this range for so long, man. I think, and the weekly stochastic pointing up, monthly stochastic swinging up, right? It all looks good to me. It all looks good to me. Anything else you guys want to talk about? We can talk about anything else but charts here. I spend most of my time talking about charts. Maybe that's not what you guys want to look at anymore. You guys want to look at some other stuff? Do you guys want to look at news? Do you really want to look at news? We can look at news. BlackRock's news is pretty big news. Some people calling for 12K Bitcoin. Well, good luck to them, man. Good luck to those people. I hope it does go to 12K. You know why? Because then I could buy more. They're calling for 12K because of this right here, probably. This long-term trend line. But we never actually reach it. We never reach it on any of these runs, man. So, like, the trend lines. Yes, plug. I called out plug. Yep. I called plug out here. Check it out. It's on my trading view. You guys better follow me on trading view. OCGN was another one that I called out. I forget where I called it out, but it's somewhere on here. I don't remember where I posted it. Here. Also, Spirit Airlines. Here's the plug setup, okay? Here's the plug setup. Huge wedge structure. GameStop is another one and a huge flag with the monthly stochastics pointing up. I mean, what do you want, man? I don't think BlackRock's going to be denied. I think it's going to happen, but it's not going to happen until January. And the dump will already have happened going into the halving, or maybe that'll start that. Actually, that'll probably catalyze the dump in December or January. That'll happen. I don't. I really shouldn't be doing it. Let's send this market to the moon, guys. Let's do it for Gabe. Yep, GBTC broke out. Is that a coin, Jesus? Oh, God. I can't chart this stuff, man. Like, there's nothing to look at here, bro. It's just straight up. Don't buy this thing. You don't know what it's going to do. You don't know. Like, why would you want to put your money in something that you don't know what it's going to do? That's literally gambling. I would almost rather buy Mung coin. If you want to buy a meme coin, this one looks like it's ready to do something. But again, I don't buy meme coins, dude. Here's Mung. I think I charted it too. Right? Mung broke out. No data though, man. No data. But yeah, breakout and kind of just resting there, right? Cool. Well, I expect all of you guys to leave some sort of feedback or comment on the stream about how you like the stream or even dislike the stream. Maybe say some things about how the streams could be better, more engaging. Take a look at PaxG for you there, Integrity. Well, let's just look at gold. PaxG just follows gold, man. So, yeah, gold sort of rounding out here. You can see making a higher low, and looks like it's going to cup out and make a new all-time high. Gold to the moon, dude. Gold to the moon. Slow moving asset class. All right. Absolutely, absolutely, guys. Talk to you into getting set up. Set up with what? Crypto Fire? I've not looked at any assets on the Pulse chain. I don't have enough data for it. DXY, yeah, let's take a look at the dollar, yep. So the dollar index on the monthly stochastics is still got some downside here, hasn't crossed back up. The 3-week also hasn't crossed above 20. I'm actually going to set an alert on that once it does. The 2-week crossed back up, but the monthly RSI doesn't look too good, right? It's sitting around 46 neutral on the 2-week chart. The weekly chart is starting to show maybe some signs of accumulation. It tried to make it actually rejected the bullish control zone here at 53, rejected it. That means the dollar is technically still neutral and not necessarily bullish right now. I would call this a bear flag. Okay. And that goes to what I was saying before. The 2-day and 3-day charts are pointing down on the dollar. And this is a lower high. This is distribution, right? You have your high. You have a lower high. That looks like McDonald's to me, man. McDonald's, bro. You know McDonald's? Dollar dunzo, man. Dollar could be done. And that could set us up for another huge run, man. That's what I'm talking about. We broke this major parabolic mania move that the dollar made, right? They stopped with the interest rates. The euro and other fiat currencies are going to gain versus the dollar now. So the dollar, I think, ultimately comes down, not up. Doesn't go up. Correct. That's it. That's all you guys need to know, man. All you need to know. Dollar going down, crypto goes up, stocks go up, risk assets go up. And here's your major trend line here on the dollar, right? So it looks like the dollar probably comes back down to that 98 area, or like hovering right above it, and eventually maybe comes back down to these lows at 88. Any news on the dollar? No news on the dollar right now. Where's the recession? I think we've technically been in one since May of 21, but yeah, man. I mean, look what the dollar's doing. This isn't a bullish thing. This isn't something that's bullish unless we make a triple bottom. If the dollar triple bottoms here, we can talk about, man, the dollar going back up. But right now, I don't think the dollar is going up. Ultimately, the dollar looks like it's going to come down to the bottom of the range. All right, 101, 100. Look at that. It even back tested it as resistance and came all the way back down and made a lower high. I mean, like, this doesn't look bullish to me. It doesn't look bullish at all to me. Okay. That's it. It's really simple. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look bullish. What happened on May 2021? Markets topped out, right? Particular Bitcoin, right? May of 21 or April of 21. This was this top we made. We made one more push, an attempted rally, and we failed up here, making all-time highs. But that was basically a double top, even though we made a higher high on a slightly higher high on the price. But it went up to that 1618 fib extension, man. That was the top. That's it. All right, man. Oh, TradingView. Yeah, you should totally download it, man. Get yourself acquainted with the charts. The charts tell you everything. You know what chart looks amazing to me, guys? And I'm not a moon boy by any means with XRP, but this chart just looks so ready to rock, man. This is the monthly on XRP, dude. This just looks so bullish, man. Even if we go to a 3-month chart. All right, look at the 2-month. The 2-month stochastic is just crossing up. Last time we had a stochastic cross up was in May of 2020, and even in this move, we went up significantly down here. This was the COVID low, and we went all the way. We did a 900% move. If it repeats something similar and it does a 900% move, I mean, you guys know what's happening here. A 900% move, guys, is a breakout. That's a $5 XRP, man. I think it's going to do something more than that because we're going to break this structure. And we break this structure. This is a 6-year structure that it's been in. You guys see this chart, the projection here. I think this is real. We could see eventually a $10 XRP at some point. Not financial advice, just looking at a chart. Remember, do your own research on everything, guys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Crypto Clan. Yes, sir. Let's look at drip, or let's look at drip right now. Yeah, man. We get a closure outside? Not yet. We're just starting to break this trend line. Let's see what happens this week for drip. It's on the trend line right now. If we get some buying pressure to push the price up, 52 cents is our first real target here on drip. Set an alert right there at the top of that range, man. That's a bullish candle we closed last week. All right, folks. Appreciate all you guys tuning in to me on the stream on your Sunday, on this Father's Day weekend. You guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. If you guys are interested, join the Discord, join the movement. Let me change your life. Help yourself change your life today. All right, join the Discord, join the alert service. That's where I talk about all these charts and help people with wealth building and creation. All right. I'm going to show you guys the profit gains channel here. All right. These are some folks that are in the Discord that are part of the services. I mean, this is me posting some profits. All right. Here, these are some of the swing trades that I'm in for stocks. They're all green, guys. All right. Here you go. This gentleman here took one of my trades on NIO. He's up 8% on this trade, right? Very good. SoFi, I was up 83%. I took some profit on that. Right? Just you can scroll through here and see. This guy more than paid for the membership. Flap. All right. 8x8, Peloton, C3, Ginkgo. Look at these gains, man. Look at these gains. All right. Here's my Peloton trade that I took. I was up 50% on that option. Some more of the swing trades I just went over with you guys. GameStop, 8x8, GFAI. You guys get the drift, all right? I try to be as transparent with everybody here on the trades that I do take. I even will tell you guys that I took a loss on a trade. I'm not here to tell you I win every trade, but man, I have a really extremely high win rate on these trades because of what we do on these charts. All right. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Did I show the GFAI chart? No, I didn't. Let's take a look at it real fast. All right, so GFAI sitting in the demand zone. Yes, we can call this a bear flag right now. The 2 and 3 day momentum oscillators look like they're ready to rock back to the upside here. You can see the 2 day crossed up. Price hasn't followed just yet. Our ADX is still bullish, meaning the green is on top. Bulls are still in control of this asset here on the 2 day chart and the 3 day chart. All right. And you can see the MACD on the 3 day chart. You got that hidden bullish divergence. Momentum is about to swing back up. Your 3 day hasn't crossed up just yet, but it's about to. It's curling around down here. All right. You're basing out here at this support level. Huge move potentially on this asset. We'll see how this plays out in the next couple of weeks. I also really like the squeeze that it's in here. All right. On the daily chart. You guys see this squeeze right here, man? This is something you don't want to ignore. This is a squeeze, and you get squeezes like this before major breakouts and major moves, all right? All right, folks. Y'all have a nice weekend. We'll catch you guys in the next one. You can hit me up in the Discord. Professor Know It All here. We're out. Talk to you guys next week.